Why would God limit the ultimate truth to one specific religion? Why would salvation be so exclusive? Exclusiveness doesn't seem loving.
Okay, very good question. I again want to say that I don't think analyzing things in terms of religion is the most efficient way of going about this. So it's not like God chooses one religion and says, I'm going to pour all my eggs in that basket. Religion, I think, in general, including the Christian religion, at least as I define the term, is a distortion of the kingdom. It's not like the kingdom fits into religion. Religion happens when we start getting away from the kingdom. And the Christian religion, I would argue, began to be birthed in the 2nd and 3rd and really came to full fruition in the 4th and 5th centuries. But that's a different story. Think about it this way. Truth is always singular and exclusive. Error is always multiple and potentially infinite. There's only one thing that this is, a water bottle. There's an infinity of things it's not. An orangutan, a bicycle, an aardvark, or a star. Truth is about what is this, and whatever this is, it is this and not any other that. And so, wherever God would reveal himself, that's where God revealed himself, which means there's not other places that are revealed in the exact same way. I don't have to say that God never revealed himself in any other, tradition or whatever. I think God's revealed himself everywhere. But if God's going to become a human being and die on a cross to free us from oppression of evil and reconcile us to God, that's going to happen one time, one place. And that's in the person, I would argue, all the evidence for me suggests it's in the person of Jesus Christ. That means it's not in Buddha, it's not in Muhammad, or even Lao Tzu, as much as I respect him. It's in the nature of truth that it's always singular. 2 + 2 = 4. There's an infinity of numbers that's not. I think we get a little confused these days about this kind of question, because there's a sort of sense out there that somehow you're being narrow-minded if you believe in a particular truth. That you're broad-minded if you're open to anything being true, all-inclusive. But I submit to you that that is just not the way the world works, and that's not being narrow-minded or open-minded. The analogy I sometimes use is this. Suppose you and I and 3 other people are walking in the forest, and we get lost in the forest, but we get tired, and so we lay down to take a nap. And as we're laying down to take a nap, we all of a sudden wake up because we smell smoke, and we see that there's a fire going on all around us. We got to get out of this forest. And we're trying to remember how we got here. Turns out there's 5 different paths we could take. There's 5 paths. So now we got to figure out what path did we take to get here, because that's the only path we know for sure will get us out. Now, we will talk about which path is the most appropriate path. I might say, here's the path, and I'll give you some reasons why I think it's the path. You'll say, no, I think this is the path. And you might give me some reasons for thinking that's the right path to go down. Someone might even say, oh, why are you guys being so narrow-minded? Don't you know that all paths will lead you out of this burning forest? Well, see, that's not being broad-minded to say that all paths will lead you out of the forest. You might be right, but you might be wrong. It could be that only one path for sure is going to lead you out of the forest and save your life. What we need to do here is not talk about which path is narrow or broad or anything, but ask what reasons do we have for believing that this path is the right path. When folks say, hey, come on, all truths will get you to heaven or whatever, all religions are the same, well, that's not being broad-minded. That may be true, but it may be false. The probability of that being true is just as much as if I say Jesus Christ is the Son of God and no one else is. What we need to do here is ask, why do you believe what you believe? And I'll tell you why I believe what I believe. But we're both being equally narrow in doing that, because truth is always narrow. This is a water bottle and not an aardvark or any infinity of other things. And so truth is always exclusive.